He's so happy. So for 4 hours while we are here making all this noise, where's our money? Anyway, listen, just before we get into the news review, which is brought to us this morning by Enterprise Life's Family Income Security Plan. Enterprise, your advantage. Access Bank, more than banking, and Compu Ghana, passion for technology. Just before that, Keno Foyata was speaking yesterday, perhaps for the first time since all of the uproar around his tenure began. Let's hear what he said when he interacted with AGI, Association of Ghana Industries, yesterday.
Just to assure you that you have a finance minister who has gone through all the pains and aches, and nobody can really come and say you don't understand what we are doing. The question is, what resources do we have and how are we going to deploy them in the nation that we have? And how do you stand firm in very difficult circumstances, but being very confident that the nation is purposed for greatness, and you are blessed to have the opportunity to lead where we are going. And let me assure you all that your best bet is still Ghana. We can do it, and we should do it.
Okay. So, yes, that's what Ken Foyata had to say. Nobody can really come and say they don't understand what he's doing.
I see. Is this message to the majority MPs?
It's to you in particular, Raymond.
Because I'm shocked. I expected,
it's not that you don't understand, you are shocked.
Yeah, but I mean, clearly, I think that the more, the man speaks on the matter, he gives people more reason to believe that, he's tired. And I agree with him, he's a fine gentleman. Perhaps sometimes when this one, the applause is not loud as anywhere, rarely, they actually ask you to go. So when the chant is very loud, you may also want to go nicely, so that you blame other people getting you out of the place as the reason why you couldn't complete your work.
What are you saying?
Yes, I'm saying basically what he was saying. For the first 2 minutes, I didn't get the man's point. What that he was saying is that nobody can say they don't know what we are doing. It's whether we have resources and how we will deploy them. I am interested in knowing the question that elicited this kind of response.
But he said this country is destined for greatness, and he's privileged to be one of the people leading us to that greatness.
With a great stories, but I think that we have moved beyond his sermons. People no longer take it serious.
How can you move
beyond because we heard it prior to all of this happening.
I thought you said you are going to heaven.
Yes, but not his sermon. I mean, clearly, it's not the... Yeah. So, if you deeply... Mr. Foyata should understand that it's not private office. It's not the post he held at Data Bank. Even that, he left. Even that, on his own, he left.
Data Bank also is destined for greatness.
Yes, but I'm saying that this position he's holding now is for the people of this republic. That
who are destined for greatness.
Who are insisting that he should go. He should not be telling us stories again.
Raymond.
Because there are serious times in this country. This destined for greatness, who is he telling?
Under his leadership,
their prices skyrocketing.
He is proud to be one of those leading us to greatness.
Raymond and Kojo.
Yes.
So you are finance minister.
Your finance minister too.
Hold on.
Your finance
You are
minister,
finance
my
minister
finance
who is
minister, our finance minister.
Who is expected to effectively manage the Ghanaian economy.
Yeah, destined for greatness. Why? Motivational speaker.
You told all of us how we're a proud nation and how we're never going to go to the IMF.
Yes.
We've gone to the IMF. In fact, I can reasonably infer, because the statement issued by the Information Minister on the 1st of July said His Excellency the President has directed an indication that your point at that matter, at that moment, was not necessary. The President says we're going to the IMF. If I were Ken Foyata, I would have resigned that day. If I were look, David Cameron was not on the ballot when Britain voted to exit the EU. He said because he had made a statement to the good people of Britain a day before the vote that he would prefer they remain part of the EU, he couldn't be the one to see them out. Principle. You didn't have the principle to leave. Your members of parliament started with 80 today the majority leader says it's a caucus decision. They say go. You say nobody can say that we don't know what we're doing. Please.
Nobody can say that they don't understand what
he's doing. Ken Oforiatta.
And what exactly is he doing?
He told you it's a matter of resources.
Hold on.
What
the
resources
people,
we
the
have
people, the people that
how to deploy them.
The people who are assessing your work say that you have failed. Why are you forcing yourself to be finance minister when the people are telling you that you have failed?
But we are destined for
greatness. Please don't be sarcastic here. We are destined for what greatness?
Well, I mean,
we are destined for greatness.
People are having serious problems with price rocketing all over the place. Virtually every morning, you have to think of what else you can cough up money to pay for the same
times
thing.
Must
then
be
you are
hard.
saying that destined for
times must be hard.
When is the greatness?
For Winston to say that if someone says Ghana is destined for greatness, the person is being sarcastic. Then times are hard, pal.
Look, let me tell you something. The attitude of politicians dating back from 2008, when they started this whole Christian thing, every politician walks up to you and starts pretending that, I am this, I am holy, I am godly, and Ghanaians. Please, we have gone past that. We have gone past that. It is no longer the quoting of scriptures that would bring back the economy. Look at how the markets reacted when the MPs took that decision. And you see, today, you've seen that a lot of people, the info analytics, it's a 54% of Ghanaians support calls for the resignation of President Acquah. I am telling you that if Ken Oforiatta is sacked today by President Acquah, 70% will trust Acquah to do a better job. Just because of Ken Oforiatta, people are telling the president he should go.
Mamavi, are we not destined for greatness?
I've just been doing a little reflection here. It's been 6 years, right?
Yeah.
And
after we are coming to real destined for greatness, really.
Resources and how to deploy the resources.
Them. Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah.
The same party that goes back to his 2016 manifesto. I can read it. And
by
the president comes to present the 2016 manifesto.
By the way,
you know what, guys?
It's
I think we should do the...
She's American.
Say it right. Okay, yes. Let's do the newspapers. I think
No, but before you do this, my point is that the president on Sunday rehashed his 2016 promises, presented it to us as a way of getting us out of the current problem. 6 years, you're now telling us the very things that brought you to power. If this is not as a result of a failed finance minister, what else can this be?
Anyway.
Shall we do the newspapers?
Let's do the papers.
It seems the safest thing to do at this point. Who's starting?
Let me do the daily guide. Dufour declares NDC flag bearer bid, and Parliament moves to automate voting. IMF talks could delay 2023 budget because the very man leading the talks is actually very busy doing motivational speeches elsewhere. But the other one, Bamia launches NDA's 5-year plan. But those are the stories of the first.
I am interested in Dufour's
it's the
declaration.
Yes, that was yesterday. I mean, he was saying that he's the best man to lead the NDC this time around. His track record includes getting the country during his time. That's when we got the highest GDP in a long while. That's the 14% in 2011 going into 2012. He also
Destined
believes
for
that.
Greatness.
Yeah. I mean, he also believes that the CD performed way better when he was finance minister. He also believed that he had actually managed an IMF period before, because around that time he also took an IMF program, and that he did so well with it.
Was it a matter of resources?
Certainly, he was also indicating that he had actually managed resources way better. I mean, he's a fine gentleman. If you speak to him, he has good ideas. And some of the things he say, well, the country might have chalked successes there. But if you saw what the NDC people started posting, immediately he launched this thing. They said there's a presumptive candidate. Which means that, a lot of them, I mean, on social media, they say that, now they brought some fine picture of President John Dramani Mahama in some, African print.
Oh, yeah.
So, some will just give him thumbs up.
Presumptive.
Candidate. They are.
Kwabena, John Mahama in the NDC in 2022 is like Akufo-Addo in NPP in 2014.
That's true.
The reality is that if you are in the NDC, you want John Mahama, you want to fight for him to become president again, so he will stop contesting your party's flag bearership slots. Because
if you don't clear him,
if you don't clear him,
there's
if you don't
no
help
way
him,
you are going
if
to-
you don't help him to become president,
Yes.
you will not come.
yeah,
Because when he comes, he will win.
yeah,
And the NPP showed it when they campaigned so well for Akufo-Addo in 2016 to win and become president. They campaigned for him again in 2020 as one. He would not show up in 2024.
yeah.
So there are some persons who, in the interest of political parties, and in the case of the NDC, the advantage they have is that John Mahama can only do a term.
Yeah.
But also, if you are the NDC delegate, it's important that you have somebody challenging John Mahama, because it galvanizes the party's base. You know, if John Mahama should go all alone, he goes around and says, oh, we can't do this, we can't do this. No. A contest actually helps the party. And that's why sometimes you see, you know, people throwing themselves up. Normally, many people who would come in because they feel that when you are gone, I would come. But that's where age doesn't help Dr. Kobina Dufo.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll come back and talk
The
about
Finder newspaper indexing salaries to dollar untenable. That's according to the board management of Valco. They are saying this to the workers.
But the workers, what, like, why?
Well, Kojo, if fuel prices
No,
are going up, hold on, they are going up because of this thing and everything. So they're also saying that their salaries are bad now.
Listen, Winston. Everybody.
There was a 22% increment, which they have rejected.
They have
Just give it
rejected
a
a 22% increment. Let's be fair here. Times are hard. We could all do with some dollar, pegged salaries, but it's not. I mean, that's a Ghanaian company. They have declared profit for the first time in over 12 years, just last year, and you want to come and collect all of that profit in dollar pegged salary?
Well,
How insensitive can workers be?
well,
No, I'm sorry. I like to
let's-
protect.
let's say-
I like to defend the masses. But this is
There's some
unrealistic.
good news for us as journalists because the Ghana Journalists Association has launched its Journalist Support Fund to provide aid for media professionals and journalists who are victims of violence and impunity. And
Is it pegged to the dollar?
Big ups to Bechem United. They beat Kumasi Asante Kotoko
That's part of
yesterday.
the.
Let's get to the Ghanaian Times.
It's not on the back page of the Finder, but it's it is.
Let's go for the online.
Congratulations to Bechem.
Yeah, create your own stories and
Create
do
your own
review.
story. Take care of yourself and laugh. Let's go to the online news.
Two.
You seem in a hurry. Okay, the online review is brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle, good energy. All right, let's find out what's up there. All NPP MPs are now aligned on need to sack Ufuriata. That's the majority leader saying so on myjournalline.com. There are more stories there on citynewsroom.com. Same story, MPP caucus now in favor of Ufuriata's removal. But let's not forget the majority leader says the president did not promise that he will remove him after the budget is read. All right, French Parliament halted by lawmakers shout to go back to Africa. Wow. That's a big one. Time now for the BBC News.
Brought to us by Fidelity Bank, Believe with us, and Silver Star